Okay, so the next common wall or pitfall that people typically encounter with Claude is when Claude does something that you didn't like. Maybe it was being a little bit naughty, and you want to prevent Claude from ever doing that, and like you never want it to publish to production without first giving you the opportunity to review something. You should maybe you don't want M dashes in anything because it's like the first telltale sign that something was written by AI, or maybe you don't ever want to expose your env file or a secrets folder or whatever else it is, right? So if you put that into your CloudMD file, it doesn't necessarily always follow that. It might maybe like usually follows that instruction, but the hooks are a way to prevent it from ever happening. And so this is in the category of guardrails and guiding the LLM to do what you want so that you can maybe move a little bit faster and break less stuff in doing so. So I'll do the simple one I was just describing there of add a hook to M dashes. I don't know if that's how you spell it, but anything that is done outputs from Claude Anywhere. I also actually add maybe not like the best prompt ever, but you get the picture. You could refine that and tune it. So if you want to follow along what's actually going on. A side note, as we're waiting for this, there's a bunch of open source skills marketplaces. Vercel has one, Anthropic has one that are essentially skills or context files and scripts that other people have built out and shared. So you can think of that in a similar sense to in the Matrix when Neo gets plugged in and he goes, I know Kung Fu. If you go and get like a data analyst skill or there's a bunch of DBT skills, those can be super helpful for accomplishing work. At the end of the day, you're still responsible for any code that you ship or any work that you do. So obviously be diligent and vigilant about checking that. But the skills can really amplify the value of what you're doing. And the hooks can make sure that they don't break stuff when they shouldn't. So you'll note that this is underneath users, the .claude, and hooks as a subfolder. So this is essentially saying, what not to do and then how to enforce that. So when it runs, it'll scan all the content that's created and make sure that there's not an M dash. And if there is an M dash, it goes back and we'll remove that. Similarly, to check to make sure that you're not publishing stuff that you don't want to publish, a hook's going to run in the same way. So they're just small scripts that run automatically right before a file is changed or after an edit when a session starts, before the model's able to say that it's all done with that session. So that's kind of how Claude is thinking about it in its brain. I don't know, it feels weird to say brain. So